Michael Cook is here to get us started for the weekend. After hearing Carmen's forecast, it's going to be a great movie night, and I hope Michael has two good movie ideas. We have Mortal Kombat and Stowaway. Let's talk about Mortal Kombat.
Yes, good morning. Mortal Kombat. This premiered in theaters today, or you can watch it on HBO Max. This is based on the video game from the 1990s of the same name. So if you're a fan of the video game, you'll know a lot about the backstory of these characters. Basic plot line is there are two realms that we know of. There's the Earth, and then there's the outer world, and they're always in conflict. And then once every, I don't know, millennia or however long, they must have a tournament of champions, and the winner determines who gets to rule the realms. Well, in this plot line, the outer world, I guess the bad guys, are cheating. And what they're doing is they're coming to Earth and killing off the champions before the big tournament. And the champions are signified because they all have a dragon birthmark that they don't know where it came from, but it signifies that they have potentially superpowers and are amazing, in combat. A lot of fantastic fight scenes in this film, of course. Not a lot of actors that you would know by name, maybe people you might recognize from other films. This is very gory, very violent. It is rated R. So keep that in mind. It's not really a kid for films, a film for kids because of its violence. I think this is the kind of film that if you are a fan of the video game, you played it a lot, you would probably appreciate it more than someone like me who don't know the backstory, don't know anything about these characters. I thought this was just an okay film. I will give credit because the fight scenes were very well done and very action-packed. And, of course, it's fight scene, because it is, look, it's Mortal Kombat. You must have combat all the time throughout this film. But, the characters weren't fully drawn. I didn't know all the iconography and the mythology behind all these characters. So, all in all, this was an okay film for me. Action film fans will like it more. I give this a 7 out of 10. Okay,
it seems pretty generous. But if you were probably a big Mortal Kombat fan with the video game, you may go in the 8 range, maybe.
Exactly. You would know who Sub-Zero is and all those fun things like that.
Is Sub-Zero cold? I don't know. I have no idea.
Good catch. Good call. He's a warrior with ice.
All right, let's do Stowaway.
This is a new film on Netflix that premiered today. It's just a 4-person cast. It's Anna Kendrick, Daniel Day Kim, Toni Collette, and Shamir Anderson. The basic plot line is in the very near future, you have 3 people who are doing a 2-year mission to Mars. And right after they take off, they discover that one of the workers had accidentally been knocked out and was hidden behind a compartment. And so he's the stowaway in this movie. Shamir Anderson plays that stowaway. And I had never seen him before, but here he is absolutely fantastic as a man who's now stuck on a trip for 2 years he was not expecting to make. And his emotions that come through and what he's leaving behind as we learn more about his backstory. Toni Collette is the pilot, of course, does a fantastic job as always. As the story goes, it becomes clear. Look, it's not a giveaway to say that this spaceship to Mars was only built for 3 people and only had resources for 3 people. Now they have a whole nother person, and that they have to make some really hard moral choices for at least 3 of them to survive. It's that classic, if 4 people are on a boat and there's only enough water for 3, what do? This is kind of that movie, but in space, as they kind of grapple with what to do with the situation. This movie, it can be a little bit slow at times. It really doesn't kind of hit its groove until that is revealed about the limited resources and how they must try to fight to survive to fix the problem. It ends on kind of, unfortunately, I thought a bit of a flat note without giving anything away that didn't quite satisfy me enough, but I did like the performances. I wish the characters had been given more to do and say and a little more fleshed out, but I'm a big fan of Anna Kendrick and Daniel Day Kim and Toni Collette, so their interplay really did work for me. All in all, I give this movie a 7.5 out of 10. So a decent, okay film if you're in the mood for sci-fi and some moral choices of what do?
Couldn't they just grow some potatoes like
exactly.
While they did?
When they see The Martian, I mean, that was the whole movie.
That's all you got to do. All right, Michael. But I actually like the story. I think it looks pretty good. All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's go check it with the Rants right